I wanted to talk to you today about procrastination because it goes hand in hand with Parkinson's Law. If you missed that video that I did here on my channel about Parkinson's Law, definitely check it out. But today we're talking about procrastination because it can hold us back from so much. There are different types of procrastination, and if you can't identify which one you are, when somebody tells you, hey, you need to get over your procrastination so you can get things done, you won't be able to because you don't know what type of procrastinator you are. So let's look at the 4 different types and see if you can identify who you are and what type of procrastination you suffer from. Let me know in the comments if you have a hard time getting things done because you procrastinate. The first type of procrastination is a pressure procrastinator. These are individuals who feel like they have to procrastinate in order to get their best work done. They feel like if their back is not up against the wall, then their work will not be optimal. Like they have to feel like, oh my gosh, it's due in an hour. Now I can get started. No, okay. Let's try to get ourselves out of that thing so we can plan ahead and be able to finish things and be able to review things before they are due. The next type of procrastinator looks directly at somebody who feels like they already are doing too much. So they are stretched too thin. This is the stretched too thin procrastinator, and they feel like if I add one more thing to my plate, I will not be able to accomplish anything. However, this type of procrastinator needs to also have a plan in place because all of those things that they are attempting to get done are important. However, they need to learn how to prioritize. The next type of procrastinator is sometimes how I am, and that is the perfectionist procrastinator, meaning I must have everything in order before I even get started in order to start a task. So if things are out of place, if I feel like I don't have everything I need to do to get from A to Z, I'm not going to start because I want everything to be dressed before I begin. However, what do we know about getting started? Getting started is half the battle, and you can use that momentum to complete a task. The last procrastination type that we're going to talk about today is the visionary procrastinator. These individuals are great. You know why? Because they are full of ideas. They have a lot of dreams, they have a lot of visions, but what happens? They don't finish them. They start them and they are awesome and they get people behind them and then they stop. These individuals also need a plan because they just need a plan, not how to come up with ideas, not even how to execute ideas. They need to come up with a plan on how to terminate ideas. So when you look at the different types of procrastination, one common thread is planning, but you have to know what you're planning. So the visionary procrastinator doesn't need to brainstorm ideas, doesn't need to figure out how to execute a plan. If they're doing that, they're also wasting time. They need to figure out how to finish. Somebody who is stretched too thin doesn't need to figure out all the tasks they need to get done because they already know all the tasks they need to get done. They're stretched too thin. They need to figure out how to prioritize. The procrastinator that has to have everything in place needs to figure out how to just start, how to just get going, how to just begin a task and not try to have everything in order. The procrastinator who is a pressure procrastinator needs to realize that they don't have to be under the wire in order to do their best work. In fact, they can actually flourish even better if they decide to plan things out step by step. So what type of procrastinator are you? And do you think that you can implement the tools that are needed so then you can get over this type of procrastination and get more things accomplished throughout your day? I think you can do it. Let me know in the comments which one you are, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.